A lot of people dream about visiting Koh Phangan because of the beaches, the island lifestyle, all the videos that we see online. But what many foreigners don't realize is that actually getting here to the island can be way more complicated and stressful than they expect. For many people, it isn't just a flight and a taxi ride. And depending on where you're coming from, you may be dealing with international flights, domestic flights, the ferries, van rides, taxi rides, luggage, weather delays, transportation timing, and it's a very long travel day all happening at the same time. So, in this video, I want to give you a realistic overview of what people should actually expect when traveling to Koh Phangan for the first time. I think one reason people underestimate the process is because of all the social media. It makes island travel to Thailand look extremely simple. You only see the beautiful destination shots after those people have arrived. But for many first time travelers, especially people coming from America, Europe, Australia, reaching Koh Phangan can easily turn into a full day process or multiple days of transportation. Most people reach the island through three routes. The island next to Koh Phangan is Koh Samui, and they have an airport. Koh Phangan does not. So the fastest and easiest option is flying into Koh Samui and then taking a ferry to get to Koh Phangan. It's definitely the smoothest route, but it's by far the most expensive route. That 1 hour flight from Bangkok to Koh Samui, in my opinion, it's expensive. Another very common option is flying into Surat Thani, which is the mainland, and then take a van or a bus transfer to the ferry pier before you continue to come to Koh Phangan. This route is much cheaper, but also more exhausting because of the extra transportation connections. Some travelers also do a overnight train or bus from Bangkok, which can save you a ton of money, but it's going to require a lot more patience and flexibility. And none of these routes are necessarily bad. Depends on your needs, your budget, your wants. But I think people will have a much better experience when they understand beforehand that getting here is part of the adventure, it's part of your vacation. So if you have a realistic expectation, things will go a lot smoother for you. I feel one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is booking their transportation connections too close together. We all know that flights get delayed, and ferries can get delayed, and weather changes, traffic. When you leave yourself almost no buffer time in between your transportation steps, the entire trip can become very stressful really quickly. Another common mistake would be to arrive to this island too late at night without pre-arranged transportation. Depending on the season, the ferry schedule, your transportation options can become more limited later at night. I think also a lot of foreigners may underestimate how exhausting the travel can become, especially after a long international flight. Just last month, I had flown home to the US, and when I flew back here, it really is a lot. It had to be a good 30 hours minimum. So by the time you reach here, depending where you're coming from, could be 20, 30-hour travel day. Another thing people should know is that the island transportation in Thailand is slightly different than in Western countries. Ride sharing apps may not always be available. Transportation can feel less organized, and things just simply move slower than maybe what you're accustomed from a Western country. I'd also recommend traveling a lot lighter than you think you need to. Just think between the ferries, vans, flights, uh, road conditions, sidewalk conditions, all these multiple transportation changes, a large, heavy suitcase is quickly going to weigh you down and become frustrating. And then finally, I guess I want to say that I think it's very smart that you carry some cash before you arrive to the island. Thailand has become way more digital, and there are ATMs everywhere, but cash is still extremely important for transportation, tips, ferry, snacks, drinks, small restaurants and small local businesses. So definitely not a terrible idea to have some cash on hand. I feel the people who usually have the best experience in Thailand are the people who arrive with realistic expectations instead of expecting everything to feel perfect immediately. Thailand can absolutely be an incredible place, and Koh Phangan can be beautiful and relaxing and even life changing for some people. But I think it's important to understand that transitioning into island life, even for a short time, still comes with stress, uncertainty, and adjustment. Things may not always move quickly. Plans change, weather affects everything around here, transportation or whatever, and communication can occasionally be, we'll say, confusing. But if people stay flexible, patient, open minded, the experience usually becomes much more enjoyable. Personally, I think understanding these realities beforehand removes a lot of the unnecessary anxiety from your overall trip. So I've put together a free guide for you. It'll help explain the most common ways that people reach Koh Phangan, some things I personally think first time visitors should know before arriving, and some practical recommendations that should help make the process easier for you. I'll include the link below in the description, and along with any additional Thailand transition resources or future updates. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I wish you safe travels. Enjoy your stay.